If you've been following along in the balancing series, you have participated in the shoulder mobility, and we'll be opening shoulders at this beginning of this practice because our balancing posture depends on open shoulders. Since 2020, my body's changed significantly, perimenopause. I've lost my bind on my side angle on my right side. So I will show you on my left and show you what it looks like to not achieve the full bind on your right. Let's start today in a hero's pose if possible. Otherwise, just taking a nice seat. If you'd like to go into a toe stretch, you're welcome to go into a toe stretch. People might think you're some kind of weirdo, but if you're doing it, you're just like me. So we're weirdos together. Arms will come forward, eagle bind, left elbow under right, and closing the eyes, trying to find as much peace, serenity, and your breath as you can. And letting the gentle tug of eagle bind start to soften and unwind your shoulders. And releasing, going to left elbow over top of right. And maybe you come out of your toe stretch and lean back and feel the stretch across the front side of the foot. And there is no tightness in your jaw whatsoever. And relaxing both hands, shift weight onto the outside of your left hip. Cross your legs coming forward. And we'll move through just some nice arm circles. Breath in, hands up overhead. Empty, twist to the right, arms drop shoulder height. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Center. Right. Center. If I'm breathing too fast, go slower, left. Last breath in, center. Empty, fold forward. Soften your back, neck, face. And release your left leg out straight. Plant the sole of your right foot in. Left hand's gonna find somewhere to grab either calf, ankle, or underside of the foot. And right arm sweeps up and starts to reach. Keep in mind this is really early in practice, so if you have a bind and you don't get to it here, that's okay. Right hand comes up, right fingers outside of right hip. Left hand up, modified rock star, lift. And empty out. Ballerina, right arm up and over. Modified rock star. Really squeezing into the glutes to lift, taking compression out of the low back. Ballerina. 2 more times, your own breath. And you may watch your hand get closer and closer to your foot. Last one. And hold in ballerina. And we want to watch in ballerina that you aren't dropping your right shoulder in. You want to keep your right shoulder over and your face and heart through as much as possible. So that full rotation of the spine, we're getting that full twist. And coming up through center, right leg extends, left knee bends, other side. Find your grip, left arm up and over, and you remember from the other side, we've got lots of time here. Modified rock star, lifting your hips. And ballerina. Flowing through 4 more of those, your own breath, and your own way you do your practice. What feels good today? Maybe you have some beautiful music playing in the background that is almost like a dance. Or maybe you hate dancing yogis, and that's something to look at too. There's always an observer who is available to question everything. Last two. And your last one. Holding in ballerina, seeing how far you can get. And releasing. Knees stack underneath hips, tabletop. Turn the toes under, lift the hips. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, left toes lift. And then big hug in of the knee to your heart, softly dropping your foot at the top of your mat. Back heel drops down, spinning up warrior two. And warrior two, let's do a little opening here too. So back hand is gonna reach up and over to front hand, and then draw back like an arrow. Up and over, back like an arrow. 2 more times. Side angle, front forearm, front thigh. Option to stay here, or if you want to attempt a bind and the balancing posture that we have today, you'll take your front arm underneath front thigh. Bend your elbow and reach your hands behind you. Top hand, elbow bends, and the back of your hand is at your low back. And it's about here where you're like, I'll never reach, but start fishing. See if you can find your fingertips to bind. So you'll grip your fingertips and you can stay here in the bind, or start to walk your back foot forward, stepping to the top of your mat, and maybe you stay there, or maybe you come up, birds of paradise. Knee can be bent, or your top leg can straighten. I'm coming back out rapidly. And today is a low energy day for me, so I'm just gonna find side angle. If you still want a balancing posture, you could shift forward into half moon. If you want to bind, you could bind in half moon. Woo. It's getting close to my moon, so I am unstable. Good time to do balancing, hey? Birds of paradise coming out. Warrior two. Both knees bend, heels in, toes out, goddess. Hands to thighs. Breathing for 3. Squeeze the glutes. And turning crescent lunge, back of the mat. Hands come down. Step back, downward facing dog, option 2 vinyasa. Right leg goes up. Woo! And knee hugs nice and tight until your foot lands softly just under your heart, back heel down, warrior two. Oh. Side angle, front forearm thigh, back hand up. I just know without even trying that I don't have the bind on this side. I'm so close, so close. So in lieu of me being so close, I'm gonna take my left fingertips and wrap them into my right thigh and just continue to peel open my left shoulder. If you're making it into birds of paradise, you step to the back of your mat this time and then press down through your standing leg and rise. I'm coming back out, side angle. Woo! Warrior two, goddess. Ooh, today feels juicy. Bring your arms out shoulder height, sink your hips down and back. Pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Crescent lunge. Whew. Front of the mat. Hands come down. Drop your back knee. Straighten through the front leg. Half split. And soften your heart even deeper if you can. Bend your front knee, see if you can lift your front heel and send your left leg back into half bird dog. Heel is hip height. Option to bring right arm in, thumb up, baby finger down. And release. Right leg kicks back, half bird dog. Option for left hand forward. Left hand down, right foot sweeps forward, half split. And then we'll bend through the front knee and sink your hips back, however you'd like to come onto your back body. Working still a little bit into shoulders. Taking the eagle arm bind, left elbow under right, and fingertips reaching overhead, maybe even touching the floor. Left thigh over right thigh, and hug elbows to knees. Squeeze. Release the bind of the arms. Keep the bind of the legs, and let your shape fall to the right. And back up through center, right foot stays grounded, left knee outside of left rib, half happy baby. Catch the inner or outside arch of your left foot. Both feet plant down, right elbow underneath left. This might be the same as last time, I can't remember. And right thigh over top of left thigh. Squeeze elbows to knees. Keep breathing, but keep squeezing. It's a bit of a contradiction in the mind because whenever we're under pressure, we want to hold our breath. And then relax your arms and drop your shape to the left. And half happy baby. Right knee, right rib. Gripping the inside or outside arch, right foot. And both feet down, slow walk all the way to the bottom of your mat. As you lengthen yourself out, really feeling into the openness and freedom now within the hip creases because we just had them compressed. Now this rebound sensation, it could feel cool, it could feel warm. Relax your toes and let them fall out from midline as you close your eyes and really honor this sacred place where you pay homage to your practice and devotion to the life that you are given. Namaste.